Welcome to Roll and Review, where we talk about all things nerdy and awesome. I'm Jim.
And I'm Alex.
All right, this week on the Roll and Review show, got a bunch of stuff from San Diego Comic-Con, a few comics, and a little discussion about our go-to video games. So,
Yeah, and every time Jim says absolutely, the drinking game is continuing. Take a shot.
please don't. I don't wish anyone to have alcohol poisoning by the end of this.
Translation, he cannot control himself and widen his vocabulary.
Would you rather have me saying, or like every time? Oh, like is the worst one. Like, oh my gosh, oh. I was listening to another YouTuber the other day, and he was literally using that every 5 seconds.
Literally?
It was so annoying. Literally. About every 5 seconds, there was a like. I'm not saying it figuratively. I am saying literally, he used that word almost every 5 seconds.
That's obnoxious.
It was. I couldn't watch the whole video.
And I'm going to let Jim segue into the next segment because it was his internet that screwed up our first recording. So take it away, Jim.
Well, starting off with San Diego Comic-Con stuff, we'll start with the trailers. So, Wonder Woman. Absolutely fantastic trailer.
Yeah,
What do you think, Alex?
I think it's the highlight of Hall H this year. It looks like a lot of fun. We finally get to see a really good Wonder Woman on screen, like, for a substantial amount of time. Like, they found a way to make the Lasso of Truth look badass. And that with her shield, that she was just taking the hail of bullets and just standing her ground like, you don't really faze me, was awesome.
Her shields, her shin guards, everything. I mean, heck, she bats a mortar away with her shield.
Oh, look, a mortar. Yeah, fuck you. I don't need this. Get out of here with your mortar.
Your mortars have no effect here.
Yes.
I'm glad they're finally doing a Wonder Woman movie.
Yes.
Their reason for not was always so stupid back in the day. It was, she's too confusing of a character to actually put in a movie.
No, she's not. She's awesome.
I completely agree. And I'm glad they finally went, no, shut up. We know what we're doing. One thing that I saw in the trailer that I think will still be the feel of this movie, I still think it's going to be a fairly dark, serious movie. Yes, I realize there are some jokes in there, but I think the overall feel of the movie is still going to be that dark tone, which we discussed at length, 2 months ago with Frank?
Yeah.
That's one thing DC kind of needs to learn is how to make a lighter superhero movie.
Which, after seeing this trailer, I think this is going to be the lightest DC movie of the upcoming slates. Between this, Suicide Squad, and Justice League, I really think this is going to be the lightest tone out of all of them.
See, I don't know about that. One, Wonder Woman generally isn't like a funny character. She's not the one cracking the jokes. Her male counterpart, yeah, he's actually the one who supplies us with, I think, the first joke in the
even
trailer.
With like the color palette, where like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman was really gray, blacks, and blues, and Suicide Squad just looks like it's going to be in the night, so it's going to be a lot darker. This one looks like there's color to it. Like, Wonder Woman has color. She's not just completely just like blotted over in a palette.
This is true. They didn't, mute her colors like they did with like Man of Steel, which were super muted.
The entire world.
The entire world was super.
It looked like you were looking through those goggles as a kid, like the blue lens goggles. That's what it looked like.
Exactly.
It's just
pretty much
blue everything.
Right. And so, like, color palette wise, you're absolutely right. They're totally kind of mixing up their color palette, letting there be, that red, the yellow, the bright colors, which we have basically been missing from DC movies. However, I'm not sure if it will actually be overall lighter than something like Justice League.
No,
it's not going to be Marvel light, but I can at least see. I can at least see like Justice League with the Flash. Oops, burping here. But with the Flash, in there, because he is the jokester of the DC universe.
Him and Lantern.
Who is unfortunately missing from this movie. That movie, but that's later to come.
There's still bad taste in DC's mouths with Green Lantern.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have fucked it up. But anyway, I Well, I think this movie will be lighter than its predecessors. I'm not sure it'll be the lightest one out of the upcoming
I
movies.
say it definitely could have a chance to be that one. Just from the few things we've seen so far, it's either we've seen all the fun stuff of the entire movie in the trailer, or
And the two jokes.
it's should be a fun movie, and I'm hoping it airs on the side of fun rather than serious.
I hope so too. But really, we got trailer one. Still more to come. But this trailer made me excited for the movie.
Yes, Garrett, there's no gripes at all about wanting or doubts at all about wanting to see the movie. I enjoyed this trailer thoroughly, and I cannot wait to see more.
Oh yeah, unlike toward the beginning of this channel when we were talking about Batman v Superman, and even I was like, I don't even want to see it. Like, I want to see this movie. I want to see Wonder Woman on the big screen. I want her to be the main piece. I want to see her badass action using the lasso of truth like we've never seen it used before.
Like
her sword, shield.
Like after Man of Steel and the first trailer for Batman v Superman, like I was just so chock full of doubts for the movie. Like I was nothing but being skeptical, and I can say I was right. This one, I don't have any doubts at all about it.
Same here.
All right, moving on.
Which is perfect. Great.
To Justice League. Not part one, just Justice League. That good thing, Superman is nowhere to be found, because I was really curious on how they were going to do that, though Cavill was at Hall H during the press conference. So
I think he is slated for the movie, but I have a feeling it's going to be like the last 15 minutes he shows up.
I think it's going to be the climax of the second act is getting Superman back. Or that's going to be one of the high points of the third act, is going to be getting Superman back.
Yeah. Fair.
And it's going to end with the entire... I can call the last shot of the movie right now. I'm predicting it. It's going to be like a lineup shot of the entire Justice League.
Oh, you mean like every other Justice League thing there is? There's the big lineup of them?
Yep, that's going to be the last shot of the movie.
I hope it's the lineup, and then like way off in the distance in the background, you can barely see it, but there's just like a green flash, like just a really small one. Just like a little green star or something like that, and you'd be like, Green Lantern!
That'd be it. Warner Brothers. That would be an awesome Easter egg. Do it.
Right? I mean, there are already like Easter eggy things from Batman v Superman of Hal Jordan. So if you don't put something like that in this movie, come on.
Yeah.
You're wasting our time.
But getting to the actual trailer, the trailer basically centers around Batman and Diana Prince going to basically recruit the members of the Justice League. We see Bruce Wayne going to, looks like some old fishing village, trying to find Aquaman, because there's legends of a man who comes out of the ocean to give you guys fish. He starts going on stories, and then you see a Jason Momoa just turn around, and you're like, gets picked up, pinned to the wall, and he makes a joke about him talking to fish. So even when he's pinned up against the wall, you still can't let Aquaman go.
Right. And that's another reason why I think this movie may be the lightest one of the upcoming movies, because you have Batman making jokes about Aquaman talking to fish. He's not even the Joker of like the group.
Well, he has to have his therapy for all the murders he committed. He has to lighten up somehow.
It's part of his psychologist regiment for getting over all the murdering.
Yes, he has to start making jokes. He's only allowed to brood 23 hours a day, not all day.
Thank goodness he ran into Aquaman during that 1 hour.
All right, but I will say my favorite scene of the trailer was the interaction between Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen. Just
easily.
What are you doing? Why is this stranger sitting in my second favorite chair? Starts talking to him, and then just out of nowhere throws a batarang at his face.
Right. And you see it coming to him, and you can see him kind of think like, do I just like let this hit me for a second so he doesn't know? And he's like, nah. And he like leans back, looks at it, it's like, oh nope, that is a batarang. Grabs it.
Yeah, he's like going, did this guy just throw something at me? Oh, that's a batarang. Oh god, that's Batman. But like I was saying before, like someone pointed this out to me, and now I can never unsee it. Barry Allen's Speed Force. Well, that you can actually see the Speed Force, he's tapping into it. It's not just a mystical thing right now. He is utilizing it as
Yeah.
seems like at very full capacity. But his Speed Force isn't yellow. It's just kind of whitish blue. And that it just bugs me right now. I didn't care before until
Yeah,
someone pointed out. Now it's bugging me.
I mean, it upsets me on some level. On another level, while Barry Allen has had like the yellow lightning, there are other people who have tapped into the Speed Force who have had like red lightning, things like that. So it's
But
not
we're not
out of the
talking
question to
about
have a
Barry
different color.
Allen. We're not talking about other people. We're talking about Barry Allen here. So
I know. It's also a different universe and everything else. No, but yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. I agree. It was one of those things.
what do you
where it was
think
like,
of his suit
huh,
compared to the CW's Flash suit?
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it.
It looks a little Iron Man-y to me, like a little
It
bit.
does.
I like it. I think if we didn't have the CW Flash suit, I would like it a lot more. But I think I'm leaning more toward the TV Flash, like just for the suit right now with that one.
Sure. I don't know. Part of me just it's different.
Yeah, it is.
It's different, and I kind of like it. It's one of those differences that I'm totally okay
Yeah.
having.
Oh, it's even if I didn't like it, it's such a small gripe. It wouldn't bug me that much. Also,
Right.
with like Cyborg looks cool. That's it.
Cyborg comes off as a badass.
That's the most amount he's really in the trailer. He's not there that much, but I'm looking
No,
forward.
he's not.
Looking forward to see more Cyborg.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird seeing him in the Justice League because he's always going to be a Titan for me. So it's just that little getting used to it, but he looks fun. Like I can't wait. I can't wait to see more about him. He's not one I'm like going to be groaning when he shows up. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
He honestly in this trailer seemed like the darkest and broodingest character in the movie.
Okay, so what? How many brooding characters do we have now? We have the murdery Batman who now makes jokes, so he's no longer sitting in the corner brooding. We have Superman who does nothing but brood about his own existence, and now we have Cyborg who's like, I'm half robot.
Yeah, which, hey, I get it for this movie. This will be what his first movie. His standalone movie doesn't come out till after this. This is the first time we're seeing him as not just human, but I think it's still going to be partially show him kind of getting used to being cyborg and coping with it. So, for this, I totally get there's a reason for him to be, not so happy, jolly.
Yeah.
I hope it does show some of that in the movie as he starts getting, into it and is part of this team, start coping with that. But
I think
he's a character that I get.
I think there's going to be some back and forth with Barry Allen too, because he needs someone to joke with, because he needs his Robin to make jokes with. He's not going to be the one on his own just making quips. He needs someone to joke with.
Oh yeah. I just foresee him being a little more reserved in this movie, and then really shining in his full nature in his standalone movie.
I can agree to that one. All right. After talking about DC a bunch, let's shift over to Hall H with Marvel. Of the properties that they have released officially, because pirating is bad, we do not support that at all. So,
okay, Spider-Man.
So we're going to be talking about the new Doctor Strange trailer that dropped.
Yes. So this looks pretty awesome.
It's different. This is something that we haven't seen at all within the Marvel universe.
That is completely right. And this is actually more of the dark movie that, Marvel hasn't really had.
Oh, yeah.
It has more of that dark, strange feel to it.
Yeah, it's like someone kidnapped Zack Snyder for a day. It's like, hey, how'd you hit the palette swap on here? Oh, thanks.
However, the palette, I mean, it's a dark movie, but even still, especially in the first training, it's still very like bright. Oh, yeah. It's light.
It's Marvel. It's not a. I'm jumping in Zack Snyder. It's not a Zack Snyder fest that
Yeah,
he
it
despises
isn't.
colors.
Right? But I mean, this movie, um, it looks like a great introduction to the magic and mystical nature that exists in the Marvel universe that we haven't seen until now.
Yeah, very true.
Um,
And I like
I'm
how they're talking about how they're getting into the multiverse as well. So they're introducing the multiverse into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So where that takes us, who knows? Because the creative powers in Marvel have said every other Marvel universe exists along with this one. This is just part of the entire everything. It's just its own plane. So
oh yeah,
we,
this universe exists alongside all the comics.
yeah,
So
we could see something fun come from that. It's going to be really interesting to see how they work Doctor Strange into the timeline. Because I was thinking they were going to do he's off training in the mountains somewhere, just kind of, hey, I'm out here, so he doesn't know what's going on. But the final joke in the trailer about the Wi-Fi password was great, but that means he can catch up on current events. So I don't know how that's going to play into everything.
right, and even you see a good portion of the. I guess it looks like it's probably the like main fight in the movie. It looks like to me New York. I think you can see the Empire State Building in there.
Yeah, the
Um,
Inception scene is, I think, going to be the climactic fight.
yeah, exactly. Um,
Because that's all I can think about.
so
This is Inception on steroids when I was seeing that.
this is Inception, but you're awake.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
I think the explanation behind it is they're actually manipulating everything in front of people, but since they're not trained to it, no one else can see it but them. Like,
Right.
no one can know the manipulations they're doing unless you're trained at all, so that's going to be kind of cool. Like, there's going to be there's probably a really funny Stanley cameo of him doing some crazy, like, sorcery in the middle of a street somewhere, and all of a sudden he's going to get bumped into by Stanley, like, thinking nothing's going on, but, like, the entire street's upside down.
And he just like looks over, and is like, "Are you okay, fella?"
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It'll be fun to see where they put him in this.
Do you think there's going to be any tie-ins from the MCU right now? Just, like, where do you think it's going to fit in the timeline for everything?
I could see it just kind of fitting in like presently in the timeline.
So, post-Civil War?
Kind of where they're. I could see it being post Civil War because they really haven't done this like, but this movie happened before everything that came before this. So
Like,
Marvel hasn't really been known to do that.
I feel like it's good. I think like the third act might be then, but I think it's gonna span a sense of time. Like I think his accident, I think might even might like take place right alongside the first Iron Man. So he doesn't really know much that's going on until he goes into the mountains and kind of shuts off from everything. And then his training
Sure.
takes so long, and then to become Sorcerer Supreme, and that's when he gets dropped into everything, when everything's in full swing.
Yeah, I think you're right with that. I couldn't see them explaining how he figures all this out in such a short span of time.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think it does
Especially with-
span like kind of the whole length of the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Yeah.
or at least close to that. But I think it will end up the main action, the main part of the movie
Yeah.
will be modern.
Yeah, especially with they made the line about how'd you become such a good doctor through study and practice for a long time. Like it's
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a stretch of time. There's going to be breaks in the timeline throughout the movie.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know why. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to do this, but I just feel like there should be like an 80s montage right in the middle of it, like training montage.
Oh, speaking of montages, 1 second back to Wonder Woman. I just really hope the awesome war battle scenes aren't what they did with Captain America: The First Avenger, and all the action scenes were in a montage. Show us the action.
Montage.
Don't montage it, please. Anyway, I had to get that out there because.
Yeah, you're right. A training montage for Doctor Strange? Sure, let's do it. Action montage for Wonder Woman? No.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Um, yeah, another trailer though makes me super excited for the movie. But I was excited for this movie
Yeah.
since they announced it.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I mean, saying I'm excited for this movie is like, does a fat kid love chocolate cake? Yep. And Jim's excited for this movie too.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Some upcoming videos. I know we're still working on our Star Wars Battlefront one. It's really hard to get files from Illinois to Kentucky before I move. So just
And then back.
yeah, so we're just gonna a little bit patience on that one, but luckily that we're gonna get it out there. When we get some more time on my hands, I'll be able to dedicate some more time fully editing so we can get some more videos out there. Plus, we want to do a review of Jason Bourne, obviously Suicide Squad coming up, and any other ones you would like to review in the near future?
um, no, that's pretty much it. I mean, do we really need to review Ghostbusters?
No, I
Pretty sure the verdict's out on that one.
though anyone who's a fan of our gaming, avoid the Ghostbusters game. Everybody I've heard is giving it like the worst reviews possible. Avoid it like the plague. A lot of people, like from the bits that I've seen and heard from people, the Ghostbusters is it's passable, it's nothing special, but it's not the train wreck people thought it would be. But don't get any of the merchandise tied into it because it's all just corporate laziness cash grabs.
I mean, that's pretty much what this movie was anyway. It was a corporate cash grab trying to make a quick buck off a already established series, and just went, oh, we'll gender swap it, and we'll make more money, instead of really trying to either reboot the series really well and writing a good, compelling story along with it.
And that's a talk for another time. So what was the next thing you wanted to talk about, Jim?
The next thing I want to talk about, also a San Diego release, was Sonic Mania. You haven't seen this, have you?
No, I've been my last couple weeks of work here, so I've been living under a rock pretty much.
Fair enough. So Sonic Mania is a new platform 2D Sonic game that they're making. Basically, from what the interviews and reports said, this is pretty much what they wanted to do on Sonic, or not Sonic, Sega Saturn, but was overshadowed for more three-dimensional gameplay. And there's like an 8 minute of gameplay out there right now. That it's on Polygon. By I can't remember who actually did the gameplay, but it's on Polygon. But essentially, it looks like the perfect combination of like the first 3 or 4 Sonic games that they had. Like the first level is kind of the Green Hills.
Yeah.
Or at least the first level they showed was the Green Hills. Had a boss battle at the end of it that wasn't in any of the original games. So it's updated. There's new stuff in it, but it has some. It feels like an old Sonic game, the ones that we love.
Okay. Look, I want to, because like my biggest like worry with Sonic games is how can they convey the sense of speed without the game either playing itself or being completely unplayable? Do you think that the game has captured that?
Yeah, in the 8 minutes that that we have seen, the game has a pretty good pace to it. There are points that, it's not one of the games where Sonic can just spin up in a ball, hit left, and you're just gonna like go. It's not, one of the newer Sonic games from like, is it GameCube or something like that, where like, you're going downhill the whole time, you never stop, and you're just going super fast the entire time. This very much, it feels like one of the older games, but it's the game that we basically everyone was asking for.
Yeah.
Like the perfect game. Everyone was like, if you take all these things from all these games, this would be the perfect Sonic game. For what, like the 25th anniversary, they pretty much just went, yeah, we'll make that game. Sure. It's made by the same guys who did the remastered versions of like 1 and 2.
Yeah. And since the last Sonic game was Sonic Free Riders, they really had nowhere else to go but up.
That's true. I think it was a fantastic idea giving us a 2D nostalgic version of Sonic that we really want.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, while we love our new fantastic graphic games, those old 2D graphics still have a special place in our heart.
Yes.
I still love, the Sonic 1 and 2. Like, those are still some of my favorite games.
I was always more toward Mario myself, but I can play a few levels of Sonic. I've never been able to get through an entire game.
Sure. With the new graphics, though, I mean, it is running at like 60 frames per second. So while things are pixelated, because that's what those Sonic games kind of were, they were a little bit pixelated. And, the coin spin look great. The animation when you're standing there and he taps his foot or is on the edge and is like half falling off the edge. It's very smooth. It looks great.
Yeah. There is a game, though, that I would like to mention that's in early access right now. It's called We Happy Few. I don't know if you've heard about that one at all.
What's it called?
We Happy Few. It's a English post-apocalyptic world right now where all the people have taken drugs called joy that turn their horrible existence into... It's all kind of like happy, like BioShock Infinite type feel to it. And you, as the main protagonist, have stopped really taking the drug. So you get basically outed because they call you a downer because you're not conforming to just being happy and going on with it. So it's kind of like a survival horror game. It's a survival game, not a horror. Like you're trying to do different things to try to escape this town.
Sure.
And every so often you can take the pill again to get through certain areas and to blend in. But if you take too much of it, you become a slave to it and you're back to the zombie that is. So everyone should check this game out because it looks really, really cool and I want to see more of it.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely fantastic.
Though everyone wears really creepy mime face paint and it's kind of disturbing.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And not terrifying at all.
Yeah, no, it's creepy.
That's what we didn't want. People in mime face paint.
Yeah. It's creepy. But, all right, what was the last segment you wanted to talk about, Jim?
Yeah, the last thing I wanted to talk about was what is our favorite go-to game when we just want to chill and play a video game. Now, this doesn't have to be our favorite video game, as some of our favorite video games are like the Uncharted series, which isn't a game. You just sit down and play just to play a game.
Yeah.
But this is the game, like, no matter how old it is, you sit down and it's just your go-to game when you just want to relax, chill, and not do too much.
Yep. All right, let's start with yours because mine's going to be a little bit of a rant and like talking point discussion trying to let me figure it out as we go.
Yeah. So I have one main one, and that's Minecraft. If I come home, I'm just like, I want to play something, but I don't know what to play. I'll jump on Minecraft because I don't have to worry about a story. I don't have to worry about too much. Even if I jump on an online server, I can just like chill out, do some mining, build some cool stuff, and just relax. On the other hand, I do have a second one. It came in just slightly in second place. And it's Kerbal Space Program. Because who doesn't like shooting shit to the moon?
Yeah, that's true.
Or to other planets. And what's even worse, and they got me on it right away.
My computer's making dings, so apologize for that.
I heard that. But they got me in Kerbal. I couldn't help myself. They put out a console version. I bought the console version. I play it on my PlayStation and on my computer, and it's fun. The console version very much plays like the computer version, so there's still some like interfacey things that they can definitely improve on the console version. But it's fun. You build a rocket. I've gone to other planets. I've stranded people on other celestial bodies, but not Jebediah, because Jebediah will not die in my game. If I accidentally kill Jebediah, I bring him back. I revert everything I just did just to keep him alive. But yeah, those are my games. They're two pretty simple games. Not necessarily simple. Kerbal can be pretty complicated, but they're two games. I don't have to worry about tons of story, or if I'm doing it right, or if I'm going to the right location next, or whatever. It's just something I can build. It's sandboxy.
Yeah,
I can just be creative, play, and enjoy myself.
all right. I've got a bunch of different ones for mine because having a hard time narrowing it down to just one, I basically have a handful of different genres that I would go to. Like, because
Sure.
I have, like, mobile and me growing up playing up until Gold and Silver Pokemon. So either the original 150 or up to Gold and Silver. Just fun to go around, catch some Pokemon for a little bit until I can't handle it anymore. I'll put it down and I'll try something else. Real fun and easy. You can do a little bit of it. Not too bad. Then there's also my go-to favorite, which is, I think, now it's tied in the top 2 for my favorite games of all time. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Just, you can always
Sure.
jump in there and find something to do. Do a load of save, kill all the Riften, load it back up. There's always something to be done. Or if I just want to go try out some really...
Riften's full of scum.
Or if I just want to go try out some really crazy mods for a little bit, there's always something fun that you can do over there. Another one is a game I've picked up recently, which, like the two sports games I'd play just if I want to play a little bit. One is called The Golf Club, which is a non-PGA sponsored game, so it's not like the huge licensing with all like the major tour players. It's just, it has one of the best like course creation mechanics that's out there right now. It's really fun. Everyone's on the same playing field, so it comes down to skill. It takes a little bit getting used to, but it's a really fun game. And then just Rocket League. It's really easy to jump in for a couple matches and jump out. Let's see. I have three more that are always in my brain of the things I want to play like constantly. The new Hitman, because it's fun just to go in and try to I'm just going to try to shoot everybody in this level and see what happens. I die every time.
You don't shoot people. You have to kill them with a fire axe.
Yes. But in the Italian one, it's fun to grab a sniper rifle and just try to kill as many guards as possible, or just start shooting people on the beach and watch everyone freak out from it. It's pretty funny.
I really think we need to send a psychologist to Alex's place right now. Check his internet search, make sure he's not going crazy, and the world's becoming a crazy place. Let's.
It's Hitman.
You're going a little nuts over there,
All
Alex.
Right. Then the final two. One, any of the Total War games. It's really easy to pick up in one of your grand campaigns that you've started and left off how many times. It's always fun to go get a really big epic battle going with a bunch of legions, so that's always a whole good time that you can just drop in and drop out anytime you'd like. And then if I had any contracts left, but I'm basically completely finished the game, doing some Witcher contracts in Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
I figured Witcher would be a game you put in there.
I had to find a way to get it in there somehow.
I know you did.
I finally beat the last boss.
You had to make a list of like 10 games, and you made it like the last one.
Yeah. I finally beat the final boss of Blood and Wine today, so finally can say I finished that.
I'm so proud of you.
I know. I got the tragic ending, though, which sucks, but wasn't the bad ending. It's just the tragic ending.
That kind of makes sense for you.
Yeah, I know. I tried.
Your life's so tragic.
NPCs are stupid. NPCs are stupid.
NPCs are stupid.
They make horrible decisions. And
I don't disagree with
it's
you.
in a cutscene too, so there's nothing I could have done to help. No like reloading anything. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Want a
just-
hug?
A little bit.
Suck it
up. Anyway, those. Yeah, it's really
those
hard.
10.
Yeah, those 10 are my one game that I always go to.
I did too.
I know. I couldn't let Jim
No,
get
you
away
can't
with
do
this.
more. You can't do more.
I do whatever I want.
I mean, he'll just like cut my words out altogether. It'll just be like Alex's games. Jim didn't have any games because he's not a real gamer. What? No. Lies.
That's what happens when you're on instinct.
Oh dear. Talking about instinct, I just have to talk about this. Shout out to this dude Thomas, because you know what? Yesterday, I told Alex this before the show, but yesterday I was at my comic book shop, and there's a gym right next to it. I saw it turn yellow. Team Instinct. So I was all about it. Me and another person in the shop who were both Instinct. We ran out there. We're like, yeah, let's do it. We trained it up. We got it to like the 3rd level gym. We put two Vaporeons in there, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, guy steps out of his car and is like, "Hey, did you guys just put the Vaporeons in there?" We're like, "Yeah." Kind of worried, might get like shanked or something like that. I don't know if he used Valor. They're pretty violent and evil. But he just walks up to us and is like, "Oh, cool. Here, take this," and like just handed us 2 Instinct buttons. I was like, "Oh, that's so cool. Like, how nice is that?" So I just had to say that because that's the community around this game. Like, oh, you're on the same team. Like, oh, here, have a free Instinct like button. Cool. Like, that was awesome. That was super nice of you. So, way to go, Thomas. Works at Best Buy. You're a great guy.
Thomas from
All right,
Best
that's my
Buy.
little Pokemon guy.
Feel better now?
Thomas from Best Buy. I do feel better.
All right, good. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in this week or whenever our interval is for this podcast. We're going to get very regular on the episodes soon. I'm going to be doing my move here in about a week, so after that you can expect some actual good regular content, not this hodgepodge of kind of stuff.
And you can see our ugly faces moving again.
We'll see. Jim, you know how long it takes? The reason why it takes so long to render is because the computer's trying to correct Jim's face the entire time.
Well, yeah, it has to bring it down from beauty level 10 to like 5 to match up with you.
It's like golf, so you want the lower score.
Well,
Ha!
as our friend Corey would say, I do have a face for radio.
You really do. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys.
All right.
And,
yeah, thanks for coming. Don't forget to subscribe. Shoot us some comments down either in the comment section below or hit us up on our Twitter or Facebook pages.
Yeah, and we'll see y'all later.